I want to do a podcast about films.
I mean, you say that, but it sounds like you want to do a podcast about buggery.
Why can't we do both?
Whatever you desire.
Ah, yes, the quote. Has anyone actually sent an answer in yet?
Have they balls?
Anyway, what did you think of this week's episode?
I really thought this one would be tight. Behave.
Sorry. It felt breezy, though.
I said behave.
All right. Should we get to it? Hello and welcome to Movie the Needle, a podcast where a pair of amateurs haphazardly dissect a film that one of us likes and one, well, not so much. My name's Simon, and I'm in our shed with my good friend Carl, where we'll be explaining our opposing viewpoints and seeing whether we can movie the needle for one another. This week is the 2013 team-up of 80s/90s actions legends as Sylvester Stallone plays a prison security authority who finds himself set up and incarcerated in the world's most secret and secure prison, where he has to use his skills to escape with the help from the inside in the form of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Stallone mumbling sound and Arnie-patented screaming ensues. It's escape plan!
Right, now, I don't want to say that it's obvious that the missus has gone away. She's gone away for a few days.
Are the kids dead?
But I forgot to put the dryer on. She only went this morning.
Right.
But I forgot to put the dryer on. The only way I could get the kids to go to bed is to let them sleep in my bed.
Right, good.
And I haven't eaten today.
You haven't eaten today?
No.
Today?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 20 to 9.
Yeah. So this beer is taking me straight to the good place. I am just coming apart the seams already.
Wow.
There we go.
I mean, good job we didn't delay the recording any longer, I think, because otherwise you might not have made it.
Yeah.
You'd just be a husk.
Actually,
a husk would take some doing.
It'd be a while to get to us. You have to go away for quite a while. I didn't know I relied on her for meals, but it turns out...
There you go.
Which is impressive, because I work from home. She doesn't cook me lunch.
So what's changed? Because the kids are at school.
Yeah,
I
think I'm just off kilter. Yeah, I don't know.
You just miss her so much.
Yeah.
So reliant.
Yeah. Let's go with that. I should have owned with that, really.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't listen to it. You can say whatever you like.
That's true.
But yeah. Carl, just want to say, peek behind the curtain. We're wearing headphones for the first time today. You sound crystal clear in my ears.
Yeah, I'm coming in your ears, aren't I? Yeah.
Yeah, well, you have to tick off the orifice. Hadn't done the ears yet.
I don't think we said on the Oscars episode, which was the one we recorded prior to this. Did we say that why it sounded shit?
Yes,
more than normal. We'll have no jokes. More than normal.
Yeah. We said if it sounds a bit different, it's because your laptop died a death.
Yeah.
So we had to switch to something. So apologies for that. It also sounds a bit shit because we were in your living room rather than in the normal setup, and our microphones weren't exactly pointing in the right direction. So we were kind of talking away from the mic at points. But it's fine. You could hear everything. I've listened to it all. It's actually all right.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. You should listen to that. It's a nice little up and down, topsy turvy little game to play along with.
Honestly, we could not have written that better, could we?
No.
We could not have written that better.
You have to tune in to find out who won the game, but it was a nail biter.
Yeah, incredible. I even watched the Oscars back the next day, sort of in the background.
Why?
But the ITV coverage.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I'd enjoyed Jason Isaacs in the run-up to the show so much.
Were they doing what we suspected, which was they were filling all the shit gaps?
It wouldn't have worked for us because we were recording in the shitty gaps, but it was perfect. So every time there were those shitty breaks, like something wasn't going on stage in the Oscars show, they would cut back to the ITV studio.
Oh, okay.
And they'd have some chit-chat about it. So the whole ITV programme is like 3.5, 4 hours long, no breaks.
It's like the longest time ITV have ever had no breaks.
Yeah, not a single ad break. So it's really a good way to watch it because, actually talking about the films. And Jason Isaacs, bless him, did not miss a chance to get a dig in. He was having digs all night at the Academy in general, at the way the show's presented, like overlong monologues. If he didn't like something that was nominated, he was going to let you know the substance. And also, he had plenty of moments where he called people out for talking bollocks. Notably, I didn't get a name, but one of the
Is that because you hate women?
Yes, one of the guests on the ITV couch with him, and she was talking a bit of bollocks, to be fair.
Was she talking film darling bollocks or just general incorrectness. You know what I mean?
It was a bit film darling bollocks, yeah. And he would sort of come in and be like, "No, don't be silly."
Love it.
He went on a bit saying like, "Don't waste your time thanking people. It's a load of rubbish." I presented an award show. I can't remember what it was. Obviously, one of the smaller ones. And he said that he went up as a host and he was like, "There'll be no thanking people. We know all that. It's all the same. Yeah. You won't do. If you thank people, I'll cut you up." And he said, "First person
cut you up. Wow.
Yeah, first person out, I cut them up." And then after that, yeah, well, we assume physically we've got nothing else to go on, right? Allegedly,
you're not going to cut him off. He's going to cut him up.
He allegedly didn't slice someone
allegedly
to their death. Yeah, well, we don't know, do we? We don't know. So he allegedly didn't slice people into little pieces when they thanked their manager and whatever. But it was brilliant after that because nobody did it, and it was a great show. A lot of fun. What a boy Jason Isaacs is.
Yeah, I'd say always disappointed when he's not full on Death of Stalin mode.
Yes.
Yorkshireman coming through. But once you get over that, good listen.
He's great. I'm watching him at the moment in the White Lotus. He's in season 3.
Oh, right, yeah, I've never seen him, but I've heard old Bristol Entertainment bang on about it.
I think season 3's disappeared up his own arse, to be honest with you. But Jason Isaacs is in it, so, you know.
Yeah. There you go. I probably should have led with this, Carl. We are 1 year old, or over 1 year old
today.
I should say. No,
over 1 year old.
Yeah. Like I think it probably should have been the last episode. Maybe would have been our anniversary episode. But as this one goes out, we would have been podcasting for just over a year.
Are you basing this on when we recorded or when we released?
Released.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been recording for over a year.
So are you saying we're just over a year old from when this one comes out?
Yes.
Or from now today as we're recording?
No, when this one comes out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to be able to get a Tenet reference in today. But here we are. Look at you playing with space and time, like Christopher Nolan.
There we go. So, I mean, I can't believe it myself that I've managed to put up with you for a whole year, every single week, sometimes twice a week.
I think it helps that it's structured.
Yeah.
So you know this is a defined start and end.
You say that.
Well,
sometimes it feels like it'll never end. But 1 year, Carl, that means we've lasted longer than the Blitz lasted.
Whoa, that's a reference, isn't it?
Yep. The same amount of time as the Magna Carta was enforced for.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Half the time Caesar was emperor.
Right.
And only a little bit longer than Adrian Brody's Oscar acceptance speech.
Yes, which was the longest in history.
Yes.
And you said on the pod it was a good speech. Actually, on reflection, it was a shit speech.
Yes, on reflection. Did I say it was good?
You did. Just as an afterthought, you just threw it out there.
Okay.
But let's correct the record.
I definitely said it was long.
Yeah, let's correct the record. It was a shit speech.
Yeah, it was very. The only bit I enjoyed was him trying to. He did not trying to. He did cut off the orchestra, cutting him off.
Yeah,
and it just like, it's not my first rodeo. It's like, cunt.
Yeah.
Anyway, Carl. You watched any movies since we last recorded?
I've watched one movie since we last recorded.
I've not watched any. I was expecting you to come with 6 or something like
that.
No,
look, we should have a little recap because some people won't listen to the Oscars episode because they hate Oscars.
They should listen to the Oscars episode, even if just for a minute and a half, we get a listen figure.
Yeah, not going to go into detail, but just as films I'd seen between episodes proper that I did mention on the Oscars episode were Crimson Tide, great film, Navy SEALs, lots of fun, and The Enemy of the State, another really good film. My new film is Mississippi Burning.
A bit of Hackman.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
We talked about on the Oscars episode reactions episode about Gene Hackman and did a little bit of a top 3 on Gene Hackman as well, and that was one of the gaps, wasn't it? That is one that he got an Oscar nomination for.
Yeah, he gets a lot of praise for it, and it's easy to see why he's fantastic in it. Willem Dafoe's good in it as well. I quite like that film a lot. It gets some criticism when I was reading the reviews. I've not logged it yet, but I really enjoyed it. Very, very watchable. I would recommend that you watch that. What about you?
What did I say? I watched a couple of Marvels, wasn't it? So I'd watched The Brutalist. That's not a Marvel, just to be clear. Although it could be a good superhero name, The Brutalist. It's going to surround you in cement or something. No, concrete, not cement.
Unflinching minimalist design.
Yeah, and then get buggered. So I watched The Brutalist ahead of the Oscars, which I thought was good. Obviously, fairly well deserved acting win there. Amazing that it was for under $10 million. That is mental.
A real feat.
Yep. Then a couple of Marvel, so Thor and Captain America. Thor, fine. They do get a bit better after the second Thor, and they know how to handle Chris Hemsworth very well. Captain America, I enjoy Captain America. 3.5 stars. I like it. Enjoyed it. So this is taking Theo on the journey of through the Marvel Cinematic Universe up to a point.
I'll repeat what I said on that episode as well. Have you considered taking him on a better journey?
No,
fair enough.
Want to spoil him.
Yeah.
Although I've not watched any movies since we last recorded, I thought I'd share what's on my watch list for this week that I'm planning to watch.
Yeah.
So I'm planning on watching Captain America: Brave New World, the new one,
Right.
in cinema, September 5.
Yeah.
And the one I'm going to try and get in is Rustin. You heard of Rustin?
I think I have.
This was Coleman Domingo's 2023
okay.
movie. So
Yeah.
I thought...
Did he get a nom for that as well? Because he has got a previous nom.
Probably then. Yeah. Probably was for that. But yeah, I was like, get in there whilst Sing Sing's still fresh in memory. Either that, or I might go down a Sean Baker rabbit hole and watch his previous things. Depends how many I get to. But I figured those three, that's achievable between now and then. Or tune in next week to see how many I actually watch of those. There you go, little tease.
Good stuff.
Anything else you want to talk about before we unveil the hour? Any corrections?
Only other note I had, which isn't a correction, it's just clearing out the pod notes folder. Did we talk about on the Oscars pod good method acting? I had it down, but we might not have got to it.
I don't think so.
That's only a little one, so let's go anyway.
Good method acting, Carl.
You're not doing anything on that? It's only a little one? No?
Oh, sorry.
Jesus, kind of open goal there.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's so used to it. Yes, so have we finally discovered good method acting? So we know that method acting is usually a byword for pricks, being pricks, aren't they, really? I can't remember which actor it is that says this, but they say, like, nobody ever talks about method acting and say, they were really nice to people on set all the time. It's always, they were absolute cunts, but it's because they were method acting. But following on from our After Sun episode, Paul Mescal was doing a very good Scottish accent, as we remarked on there. Yes. And he did that the whole time he was with Frankie Corio. So it wasn't until they'd wrapped filming he did his normal voice and surprised her very much.
Oh, nice.
And that was just to keep the whole, obviously get the practice in and keep the whole bond going. They forged quite a bond.
But he wasn't beating her in between.
But exactly, he was just being really nice to her, being a really nice father figure to her. So I think we might have to say that Paul Mescal, the only good method actor that we know of.
I wonder if he does that for everything, because all our strangers, he has a different accent. I wonder if he kept that up throughout as well.
Oh, I thought you were going to go. You were wondering if he was like slaughtering people in between Gladiator 2 scenes.
Maybe, who knows? What was his accent in Gladiator 2?
It's a bit like the old, I don't know why they do this, right? They always go like for some like posh English accent in these period things. You think like Brad Pitt and Troy. So why are you doing that, Brad?
Yeah. So, all right. So he's not being Irish.
No.
That would be weird, probably, actually.
Yeah. So
there we go. There we go. Carl, should we unveil the air?
Yes.
What have we got today? So the movie is Escape Plan. I can't think of anything that they were drinking in the movie.
No, neither could I. But Arnold Schwarzenegger speaks German in the movie.
He does.
So we've got Bex.
Oh my God. Brewed in. Let's see, it's giant. Jeez, how big is this?
Do you want the beer?
Here we go. Had to pay you back. Brewed in.
Just in the UK, mate.
The UK.
Yeah.
Okay. Upsetting.
Yeah. So there we go.
Cheers.
How are you finding the beer?
Oh, I mean, this is really capturing the essence of a good Pilsner. A real strong, steely backbone, really crisp malt flavour, and a really pleasing, punchy finish. What about you?
It's a Beck's, mate. It tastes like lager.
Yeah, okay, fine. Anyway, let's introduce the film. So we are doing Escape Plan today. But first, a quick reminder of our ratings. Simple 5-point scale. You either really like it, you like it, you're ambivalent, you don't like it, or you really don't like it. So, Carl, let's reveal where each of us is on the scale. Well, where are you on the 5-point scale?
I like it.
He likes it, ladies and gentlemen. Me, I don't like it. Okay? The reasons I don't like it, Carl, are it's a stupid, dumb movie. You'd expect to be a straight-to-DVD effort for past-it action movie stars, but perhaps more the Van Damme cigar than the Sly and Arnie combo. Now, I get how some people will view it as a dumb fun and enjoying seeing Arnie and Stallone together for the first time properly, but for me, I was mostly bored, only a little amused, and somewhat irritated. And yes, I know, just chill out and enjoy it, but...
I think, can I just say all of that?
But you like it.
Well, just chill out and enjoy it.
Oh, right. I thought you were going to agree with me and then go, yeah, but I liked it.
Yeah. Well, no, look, I haven't got loads to say. It's a fun B movie. It is very much a B movie. I actually think you're being slightly harsh, though. It is a pretty serviceable action movie in terms of set pieces. There's some good stuff in there. It looks really not bad. You've got that nostalgic angle from the stars, as you've touched on. Where I'd give it a bit of credit beyond that is they have had a go at being somewhat innovative as well. It's not the most basic plot in the world. What you think of the execution of that, I'm sure we can get onto. But yeah, I enjoyed it very much. I see no reason to be quite that grumpy, but there you go. It's not for everyone, is it?
From you,
not for everyone. Enjoying films, hey?
I've got to dislike something. You told me I had to.
Yeah.
All right, straight into the cast then. And we'll
Stacked.
There is a lot of cast, yes. Is that what you mean?
Listen, it doesn't work on this movie. You can't poo-poo this cast. It's genuinely stacked.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah,
Yes.
but they're like massive names.
Schwarzenegger is quite long.
Oh, dearie me. Okay, come on,
All
let's
right,
have it.
Sylvester Stallone playing Ray Breslin. He's a little bit he's quite serious, isn't he, in this?
Yeah.
I mean, lighten up, you've only been locked in a boat.
Yeah.
I thought he was all right to start with. Quite liked him at the start. As he went on, liked him a bit less. Got very Sylvester Stallone mumbly, slurry, particularly when he got onto the boat prison.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the stress. Maybe that was it. I don't know. What do you make of Sly?
Yeah, he was all right. I'm share frustrations with his diction.
Yes. It's fine at the start, though. And then it was like, it got worse and worse as the film went on.
Yeah, well, it's because they're like whispering a lot, aren't they?
He did get hit on the head quite a bit.
Yeah, he did, yeah. At the right old time, didn't he?
Did you say they're whispering quite a bit? We'll come to that.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about Sly, or should we move on to Arnold?
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, Arnold playing Rottmeier. Rottmeier? Something like that anyway. He's having more fun.
Yeah, definitely.
He's having a ball.
I guess that is the difference between these two because, Hollywood didn't need these type of stars anymore once we get to certainly past the 2010s. So they get tossed aside and they end up making B movies like these. I think Arnie had fared better because he'd already made that switch to comedy and he's kind of bringing that more light-hearted persona here as well, isn't he? But I do think he is just still so cool. Like when he's got a couple of moments when he, obviously when he's introduced and he walks up to some of the other inmates, he's just like, back off. Or whatever. It's just, yeah, you tell him, Arnie. Go on.
Go on, Sam.
Yeah.
Some great moments where he gets to display his Arnie screaming.
Yes.
So when tasered,
yeah. That's quite good. Yeah.
choking on water.
Oh, he took that like a champ. Yeah.
And in solitary in the sunbed box.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he steals the show from Stallone for sure. In terms of,
I'd say so.
Who is meant to be the lead, I guess. And you get to see him speak in German, as you mentioned, with the beer introduction. A rare.
It's very rare.
Rare indeed. He acts well in German. I thunk it.
Oh, that was a good scene. Yeah.
Supporting cast is where it gets quite long. Scrolling down. Sam Neill.
Oh, as I've written, Sam fucking Neill.
Sam fucking Neill. I mean,
I think
I always love seeing Sam Neill. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like Sam Neill. He's not exactly got a lot to do. going on here.
No, he's just been an old pro,
there.
isn't he? He's just turned up,
He's there for name.
doing the job.
Yeah.
It's like you say, it's not a massive part. Doing it very serviceably. Thanks a lot, Sam Neill. Or Sam fucking Neill.
Opposite end of the scale, 50 Cent.
It's hard to overstate how bad he is.
Now, he plays someone called Hush, and you wish that you just would.
Weird casting in the first place, I thought. And very bad.
I think he was meant to be in another Stallone film or something, and he couldn't do that. He decided he wanted to go do rapping or something instead. So then basically put him in this instead. But so I would say stick to rapping, but I don't much like him doing that either. So I don't know, just maybe retire. I don't know. To be fair, like I didn't find him completely like Conor McGregor awful.
Oh, it's not much above that though, is it?
No, it's maybe a level above.
Yeah, but it's not far.
There's
There's a Rizzler in between them.
yes. Okay, what about Vincent D'Onofrio?
Yeah, a bit disappointing actually, because he is pretty decent, but he's a bit meh in this.
Old Private Pile in Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
He plays a very good bad guy in Daredevil in a TV series. I don't know if you would have seen that.
No, I haven't seen that. I've seen him in something else besides Full Metal Jacket, though.
But he plays very sinister, very, very thick. But obviously it doesn't call for really sinister here because he's meant to be the sort of twisty-turny bad guy a little bit that you don't see coming. But he's quite heavily signposted that he's going to do a turn. And what is a common theme for the bad guys in this? He has a stupid tick of washing his hands with hand sanitizer all the time.
Yeah.
But just why? But okay, fine, cool.
Yeah, so it's like completely inconsequential. That
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
It doesn't come from anything. There's no callback to like anything. It's just like, oh, he's got to have something interesting about him because he's just quite a boring character. Don't know. Let's get to the woman of the piece, Amy Ryan. Abby.
It's not her fault, but meh.
Yeah, I mean, a big shrug. She's fine. You know, she doesn't have very much to do apart from say she can't cook. That's about it. All right, now we get to the meaty parts. Vinnie Jones as Drake.
Oh, listen, I will have no Vinnie Jones slander on this episode.
Oh.
He is born to play this part.
Oh.
He is absolutely born to play this part.
I'm not going to be able to say much more if we're not having any Vinnie Jones
I just don't see how you could pick this apart. He's perfect for this part.
Well, he's in it, and it's after 2000. It's not a good sign.
No, he's absolutely fine.
No.
What didn't you like?
He looks ridiculous.
Yeah, okay.
He's too skinny. He's like putting like a skin tight black suit thing with his little
He's
big
hitting
bald head
people
thing.
with fucking batons, mate. Electrified batons.
Yeah.
You don't need to be muscle bound.
And plus he is the source code of Conor McGregor. So
He's better than Conor McGregor.
Yeah, but he's the source of it. He shares some of the blame for Roadhouse just by being in movies. Full stop.
I don't know.
He's fine. I like him in Lock, Stock. He's fine in Snatch, but just no. He replaced his character with the word fuck as well. Or derivatives thereof.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything apart from say, motherfucking, fucking, fucky, fuck.
Play to your strengths.
Fucking
Play to your strengths.
Why is he there, though? He doesn't need to be there. It's a
just
boat
need
in the middle of the ocean.
You just
He
need a
missed
goon.
off the side of the boat, into the ocean. That's where he
You
should
just
be.
need a goon.
And he's not a very good goon, though.
He's a great goon. Come on.
He's not actually that intimidating and stuff. Now he's like 60 years old.
I'd love you to say that to his face.
I'm sure he's pretty mellow now, right?
I think he's mellowed. I don't know if I was going to go as far as to say he's pretty mellow.
He's made a lot of films. He's been in like 69 films or something.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of those will have been straight to DVD bollocks, but he's been in a lot of. It's very odd that he keeps on getting cast, and not just in what's his face, Matthew Vaughn stuff. He didn't appear in Kick-Ass actually. It was surprising, wasn't it?
Well, because he gets cast by Guy Ritchie, not Matthew Vaughn.
Yeah, but they sound one and the same.
Well, I suppose so.
Okay, but so you like Vinnie Jones?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Jim Caviezel?
Well, I mean, I think this, going back to the Vinnie Jones one, I think this sums up our rather different entry points to this to this film, because you've definitely got to take this film with take it on its own merits rather than what you think it should be.
I shall not.
No, well, Jim Caviezel, right? He has moments where he's very good as a sadistic warden, but he does over-egg it now and again. Which is a shame, because I quite buy him as a sort of unbalanced, almost perverted kind of...
Perverted is right.
Yeah. He's just got that weirdness about him, right? Where you just think, something not quite right with you.
But I think he overdoes it.
He does overdoes
it to it becomes it goes the other side of sinister to just silly.
Yeah, it does. It does. And
also quite dull simultaneously. Somehow a bit dull and over the top. I don't know if that's how that works.
His fault. I think we'll come on to that in production. But
and again, character with lots of weird ticks in place of character, such as face touching and brushing himself, and the most strange of all, rubbing a goon's head. Which is a bit of an odd one, just stroking his head while he's doing it. Which I get what he was going for. Don't get me wrong. Like he's a weirdo, freaky guy, whatever. Emma quite enjoyed him. Thought he was.
Do you need to get a bit of the old strokey going on?
I'm not sure where to go with that one.
Yeah, is that what she's asking for? Is it?
No, I don't think she liked him that way. I think just enjoyed him as a character in the movie.
I was coming at it from the perverted angle. Sorry.
No.
Right.
Yeah. No. Well, maybe, but no. What about Farron Tahir? Javid.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
I liked him. He was actually like the high point of the acting.
Yeah,
in this
he was fine. Yeah,
convincing, bordering good.
Yeah.
Seen him in 24 Iron Man recently as well. Prison Break.
No, I've not seen it.
We'll talk about Prison Break later. Have you not seen Prison Break?
No.
Oh, well, that's disappointing. I'll cut out the last third of what I was going to say about this movie then.
Well, the thing is, I've seen, I'm aware of Prison Break, and I've seen, the clips that do the rounds on TikTok and stuff like this. What I would say to you is, you can't lap that up and then be down on this. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah, but one, it's TV, not a movie.
Yeah,
so it's different kind of rules we're playing by here.
Right, okay, yeah. It doesn't matter if TV's shit.
Not shit, but it's ridiculous, but it's a long-form TV show of ridiculousness with big characters within it, whereas this is filled with less good. Anyway, anyone else who wants to call out?
No, that's all the ones I've got as well, yeah.
Okay, recasting. Did you manage to do any recasting?
Yeah, I've done some recasting.
Yeah. Did you do anyone else? Literally anyone else for Vinnie Jones? Anyone? Literally anyone?
Literally anyone else is the exact thing I've written down for 50 Cent and Hush.
I mean, does this character even need to exist within this?
I'll come on to that in changes.
Because he's there as like the tech guy, right?
Yeah, it's a strange piece of casting.
And it alludes to a past background of that he saved him, which they never come back to.
Nice.
Maybe they do in the sequels.
Yeah, I know I have seen Escape Plan 2. I've not seen Escape Plan 3.
Escape Plan 2 Electric Boogaloo.
No, it's called Hades.
Yes, I know.
Which is quite different, I think. But no, so for Ray Breslin, I think unironically, because this would be easy to be taken, well, I mean, does unironically exist when we're talking about a movie like this? Perhaps not. The whole thing is underpinned by a certain sense of irony. Jason Statham.
I mean, even less would I be able to buy him as an intellectual.
Yeah, that's true. There is a little bit of I don't know if I think of him as intellectual so much as
he wrote a book.
Yeah, no, the book's a problem, isn't it? Problem plot point.
Jason Statham. I couldn't get a Jason Statham character writing a book.
That didn't need to exist at all. The book, ghostwritten. Let's say it's ghostwritten.
Okay,
right.
Just them mumbling. Like, he probably said locks on windows.
I don't know if we need to think of him as intellectuals so much as just very highly sort of skilled. You wouldn't necessarily.
It's quite intellectual. What in theory he's doing.
Depends what you mean. You wouldn't necessarily think your plumber is going to be reading all sorts of poetry and whatever.
I mean, he can.
But I bet he knows his way around.
Tap away on some keys to unlock and overload and turn off all the power.
That's his job, mate.
Sorry, what's his job?
Well, fucking easy for you to say. What did you say it was in the intro that you butchered?
We'll never know because we recorded.
Yeah, because you couldn't say it. Yeah.
Prison expert, isn't it?
It's a skills based vocation he's got, and he's acquired those skills through doing the job. It's not a book based. What's the word for that? It's not skills based. Knowledge based. Knowledge based. I don't know.
It's not knowledge work. Is that what you're saying?
Anyway, yeah. Statham in this film as it is, knocks it out of the park, mate.
Maybe.
Who've you got?
No one.
Well, let me tell you, that's worse.
I said, actually, if you could do someone a little more cerebral who happens to be cut, as well, I couldn't think exactly who that would be. I did this very quickly. But yeah, I couldn't think who that was. But someone who you could buy as maybe a little bit more, he's he's a smart guy, but he goes to the gym, rather than a guy who goes to the gym and can read.
I think you are confusing intelligence and education here, the way you're talking about a smart guy.
Okay, fine. I mean, someone who looks intelligent.
No, I just mean like, being book smart is not the same as actually being intelligent.
The only thing I've got, Carl.
Right, okay.
Let me be.
Yeah, right. So, Arnie, who have you got for Arnie?
I've got anyone for anyone else. You have to do the rest. You're doing all the heavy lifting now.
Arnie, you can have Dave Bautista. Because he's got to have He's got to have some cachet in the prison, right? Because the way he goes up, so you back off, and they're all like, "Oh, don't want to punch off this guy." Yeah. So he's got to be like physically imposing.
You agree with Stallone then?
What do you mean?
Because he cast him in the second and third Escape Plans.
Oh,
Batista.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He's basically the Arnie character in those 2 and 3.
I didn't even clock that. Oh, there we go. I'm not even going to give you my second because I won't beat it. My rationale was, he's got to have a bit of that, but he's also, because he's like playing the stock market or something like that, the financial markets. Yeah. So he can't be like a Steve Austin. He's got to be less Steve Austin, more Dave Bautista. So yeah, there we go. We can't argue with that one.
Yeah, I mean, fact.
50 Cent Hush, as we've said, literally everyone else.
And he does appear in the second and third one as well. I think.
Yeah. Jim Caviezel Hobbs. Now, I said, by rights, it should be Mark Strong because he was the villain in everything else around this time.
Yeah, fair point, yeah.
But I've actually gone Liev Schreiber.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
He's going to play sadistic prison warden.
I would have liked to see. Yeah, that's a good call, that.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
But Mark Strong is the right answer. Exactly who they would have done.
Yeah, it should be Mark Strong.
But yeah, I quite like
We could only think scheduling clashes were the reason it wasn't Mark Strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, Liev Schreiber.
I would have much preferred Liev Schreiber.
Yeah. Vincent D'Onofrio as Lester Clark. Jeremy Piven.
Yeah, hanging on the coattails.
Little fucking weasel.
Yeah.
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 Sam fucking Neill. I'm going with
Sam fucking Neill.
Jeffrey Wright.
I mean, you imagine Jeffrey Wright appearing in anything like this? Come on.
Well, Sam fucking Neill's in it.
Yeah, but Sam Neill's... Yeah, come on.
Oh, wash your mouth out. Sam Neill's had a great career. So, yeah. Sam Neill could have been Bond. He auditioned to be Bond at one point. Timothy Dalton got it instead.
Didn't get it, yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright would be great at that part. Jeffrey Wright, I mean, this is 2013 as well.
Oh, yeah, 2013 Jeffrey Wright, sure. I mean, no one knew who he was back then.
And then Vinnie Jones, Drake. I mean, you'll love this one. You'll absolutely love this one. Dominic Purcell.
He's in Prison Break.
Yeah, that's why you'll love it.
Yeah. I mean, again, he doesn't really need to exist. It's like Head Goon, isn't he? Head Goon guy.
Yeah.
I feel like you need someone.
I mean, Head Goon, what, he doesn't need to exist?
No.
So you'd have looked at Shawshank Redemption.
I changed my mind.
And you'd have gone, Clancy, what's Clancy Brown? Is it Clancy Brown? Is it Clancy Brown?
I literally corrected myself halfway through talking. Fuck off.
Superfluous role, rubbish, self-indulgent.
Head Goon. So yeah, Head Goon, right? They should go down the Bond route, right? Where the Head Goon's got something weird about him.
Right.
So he's got to be, at least change it so he doesn't just look like an ex-footballer. I don't know. I haven't got anything for who that would be, but you could get a bit weird. Get a bit weird with them.
All right.
Get funky. You're already wearing basically a kinky outfit. Just like go full weirdo.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Anyone else?
Yeah. So Amy Ryan, Abigail, Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt. Sure. Yeah. The only female in the whole. Oh no, it's not true because Thingy's daughter was in it.
Yeah. We'll come on to that.
Okay. All right, let's move on to production. And this is directed by Mikael Hifström or something. I don't know what all the different accents and all the different letters mean in Swedish and stuff. So let's just go for Mikael Hifström.
Yeah.
And we'll keep it at that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything else of his, and this doesn't encourage me to do so. But he's Swedish, so he gets points for that.
Yeah? You like the Swedes?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Rebecca Ferguson?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah. Ulrika Johnson?
Sure. Or
I'm running out now. How do you feel about Sven-Göran Eriksson?
Yeah, legend.
Yeah, good. Did you give him a reach around?
Sure.
Yeah, good stuff. He'd have given you one, the saucy devil.
Beat him off with a stick. He'd like that as well.
Yeah, he would.
So this was.
God rest his soul.
What do you reckon the budget was for this? I don't know if you've looked.
45 to 70 million.
Wait, you've looked up then?
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, I had 50 million estimated, so that seems quite high for a B movie.
It's a classic.
How much was on the salaries? That's what I want.
I don't know, but it's a classic. Oh, I would think not very much because they had to cobble the money together from a lot of different producers, and it's not credited, but I did see that Stallone had put some of his own money up as well to get it made. But it's a classic mid-range budget, the sort of which doesn't tend to exist too much anymore, especially for films like these.
Only made 25 mil domestic, but it did make the old 137 plus worldwide. So
solid returns.
Turned a profit. So
yeah, solid returns.
So Carl, how does it look to you? What feedback you got on the look?
Well, just on the returns and the budget and all the rest of it, and I'll feed this into looks as well. Mm-hmm. We shouldn't be too snooty about films getting cinematic releases. Did this one?
I assume it did, yeah.
Must do with box office figures like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what else are they measuring?
No, yeah.
Yeah, so I know we're saying it is a B movie, and it is a B movie, but actually, the budget, they did manage to cobble together quite a good budget.
Yeah.
And I think that, there are moments where it looks a bit cheap. I'm thinking of his office. And in fact, any of the offices, I'm thinking of the doctor's office as well. So it looks a bit cheap. But then the main bits of it, like the first prison break, all that sequence, real explosions, very good. The sets for the actual prison on the ship, I think that's all fine. And then you get a pretty decent, real helicopter and explosion and all the rest of it at the end piece as well. So I'm comfortable with... it's very serviceable, I would say. Very serviceable.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of the way it's shot outside of like the big action parts or whatever, it did strike me a little bit mid to high budget TV show kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is probably about the same level of budget, to be fair.
Yeah, maybe there's a lot of money in TV these days, isn't there?
But yeah, it's just some of the setup. It did seem to be in that way. In terms of some of the sort of shots and things that they did like a big zoom out to dramatic music to show scale, didn't they? So,
yeah.
Look how big it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did that at least 3 times that counted. They did have, I did notice a bit of a Quantum of Solace moment.
Oh yeah.
So in the actual escape thing from the boat where they start the fight to then start the escape, and then they're like climbing up ladders and stuff like that. There was like a moment where I was like, I feel a bit ill. I don't understand. Oh, it's just cut. Which, as we said before, if I notice it, it means it must be A, noticeable, and B, bad.
The problem is because you've noticed it now. Because the Quantum of Solace, you're forever going to be going, oh, Jesus, I don't like that.
I like it as a Quantum of Solace moment. So, yeah, there was that. Any bits you wanted to highlight in terms of...
Yeah, well, so one of the reasons I like this, and one of the reasons I was very excited for it coming out is, of course, Arnie. Now, he hadn't made...
I was going to say, when was this in his governor gap?
Yeah, well, it was the... I don't know when they filmed them, but he finished his politics and he made 2 films. He made The Last Stand and he made this.
Quite enjoyed The Last Stand.
They came out at the same time. I quite enjoyed The Last Stand as well, so we can't do it. Sorry. Not to put too much stock in ratings, but this is rated slightly higher than The Last Stand, according to IMDb. So on this occasion, I'm going to just choose to say I'm right, you're wrong. So yeah, he'd had like his last actual film was The Kid and I.
Never heard of it. Was that before his governor?
2005.
Right.
I don't know what part he played in that, but his last film where he had a big role was Around the World in 80 Days, 2004. He played Prince Happy, the one with Steve Coogan and Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
And then before that, obviously that's more of his sort of comedy thing. Before that, we're talking about Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. So it's for all intents and purposes, like an
comeback.
10 year gap. Now, he does do the Expendables in between, but he's only got bit parts in that first one.
He just appears, doesn't he?
Yeah. And he's really out of shape in the first Expendables as well. He comes back.
When you're saying out of shape, I mean...
Oh, no, he's actually out of shape.
Relative.
Well, I mean, yeah. but he comes back and he's in wicked shape again for the later ones. But so you get this thing, and it's like, oh, it's Arnold. So I was really excited for this film getting made. I did enjoy The Last Stand. I do like this better. Even though he is only a co-star, he's a co-lead as opposed to, the full lead that he is in Last Stand. I agree with you. He does steal the show somewhat from Stallone.
Yeah.
But I just think this overall is a better idea. It's a better platform for an action movie than what The Last Stand is.
It's a fine premise. Right, in terms of it's one of those. I want to say it's kind of used, but in different scenarios. You have expert in something, and then that person essentially gets that expertise, and he's got to use it in a most extreme example, right? Whether to escape or survive or whatever it may be. So the premise is, it's fine.
Yeah,
I think it gets stuck a little bit trying to be trying to come across more than just an actiony thing, and trying to add the intelligence to it, and in some places, and try to be smarter than maybe it is a little bit. But
I don't know if I fully agree with it. I mean, right, here's what I'll say. Maybe we'll meet somewhere on this. I think the script's a bit shit.
Yes,
but more than just like the dialogue itself, I think there's some really lazy writing in here, right? So I don't necessarily see a problem in layering in the things it's layering in when you're saying like it's trying to be too smart. I don't necessarily see a problem with that. But like there's a bit at the start when he's getting hired for this job, right? And that's going to break all his own rules that he's insisted on every job. And it's really, really lazy writing, because instead of trying to construct
why he would do it,
why he would break his own rules, it's literally just one line from the woman that was so annoyed that he was going to do it in the first place, because he's ambitious and he's greedy. That's why he's doing it.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's like, oh, well, we'll just put a line in there. And it's just like, come on, guys, that wouldn't have been a hard tale to construct, and just do a little bit more. But they just think, we'll just throw a line in. There's another bit like that as well, where Vinnie Jones, he stabs the guy on the chopper over to the thing, and then when the warden finds out about it, he's like, "Well, we're going to bill the cost of that asset to you." Yeah. And Vinnie Jones is like,
"That's a
month's wage. First of all, how little are they paying for these prisoners, or getting paid for these prisoners?
Or how much is he getting paid?
Or how much are these blokes on?" But again, that's like such a lazy way to do it, to just go like, the idea is we need to make
He's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's a bad guy, and the warden's a hard ass, and these prisoners are valuable. How are we going to do that? I will just put in a line. And it's like, nah, come on. So I don't know that there's a problem in what they're going after. I just think there's too much where they've just gone, yeah, a line there, that sorts that. I think the script's bad.
Yeah.
Maybe even screenplay. Is it the screenplay? I don't know.
I put script/screenplay. I don't know.
I do know that following on from our Oscars episode, there's been quite a bit of fallout on Anora winning Best Screenplay over A Real Pain. And people putting up like examples of the dialogue and how the screenplay tells the story. You made a really good point about, if you're awarding screenplay, you should read the fucking screenplay. You shouldn't watch the movie.
Yeah.
And when you read the two side by side, you're like, how the fuck has Anora won screenplay over A Real Pain? And the answer is, of course, because people have watched the movie and they prefer Anora as a movie. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's screenplay. I don't know. But yeah, the script here, it's not great.
Yeah, you did mention the dialogue, and I think that the dialogue isn't great. Like I like a bit of back and forth, a bit of clever one-liners or things like that. But there's just some terrible banter that goes back and forth, particularly with the workmates. Hello, hush, and Amy Ryan character and Lester character,
Yeah.
whenever they're interacting, you're just like, you get no sense that they are people who work together and,
Yeah.
and a group of people who have a little inside jokes or anything like that. It's all so stilted and crappily written. I did download. I did downgrade. I've written download. That's why I said download. I did downgrade the script. I didn't download the script, by the way. Didn't do that. Midway through, I said like, "Oh, it's not great," and then in my notes it was like, "Awful." Lower down. So obviously something happened as I was watching. It got downgraded.
I mean, I think awful's too strong, but I find it hard to defend the script.
One-liners, generally not great. There's one exception, but that's mainly down to Arnie delivery, to be fair, rather than...
Is it you hit like a vegetarian?
I mean, that is good. We'll come to that in the quotes. Yeah. There's a few, and they're all Arnie's.
Yeah, of course they're all Arnie's. The guy's a star.
Yeah. And he can still deliver the one-liners.
Yeah.
What about the sound, Carl? What have we got for sound?
No notes, but similarly, nothing negative either. It's serviceable.
Again, to go with a common theme. Very TV show, prison breaky. It's just there's constant like building tension back. Builds that tension. It's not bad. Like don't get me wrong. It's just like very like by the numbers kind of thing.
Watch it again and press pause after half an hour, and then watch the next half an hour the next night. You'll love it.
Is that what you did?
No. But if you like
Prison Break, it's like, all right, see it episodes. To be fair, I did the second time I watched it. I did leave half an hour at the end just to.
Oh, there you go.
To watch it. It's like season premiere. Finale.
Finale.
What's the one that comes at the end?
Yeah.
We've already said about the sequels. So Escape Plan 2, Hades, and Escape Plan 3, The Extractors. Not a fan of either.
The dentists. What's going on there?
No, not a fan of either.
Not a fan of either. Extract. Oh, sorry. I've rode roughshod over your joke and made my own. Yeah. Well, do apologise. Give it again. I'll laugh.
I will do it. No. But yeah, unbelievable. But I think they were straight to DVD.
You'd hope so.
I don't think they thought us.
With no Arnie, no party.
No, kind of rhymes.
Yeah, it's close enough, isn't it?
Yeah. You got anything else on the old?
Yeah, well, this only gets made because of the stars, right?
Yes. They were looking for something. I think they've been active. They were actively looking for a vehicle.
I don't understand why they're looking for that, because they've been essentially cast aside by the big budget Hollywood stuff.
Yeah, and I think there was always obviously a plan to try and get them to do something when they're a bit more at their peak, but never.
And obviously that ship sailed. That's a shame. But I do wonder if this film would have been better with younger people, because it does kind of get stuck between nostalgic throwback and like innovative Prison Break, right? And we'll talk some more about that in plot, but
it's not massively reliant on them being big beefcakey guys either. You know what I mean? Like,
I would say Arnie's great, but he's great in that sort of fun, almost breaking the fourth wall sort of way. I would say Sly's just a bit of a distraction in this, because he's not as good, and then you just like, do I really buy him as this?
And they don't really lean into their age either. You know what I mean?
No, not at
really
all.
Reference in any way of just like,
this guy's 60 years old. He can't cope without 8 hours sleep a night. What are you doing to him? No. Yeah, there we go.
Would you like to play a game, Carl?
Oh, I'd love to play a game.
Oh, okay. So I struggled to come up with a name for this, but I've called it Finish the Sentence.
Right, okay.
We're in prison here.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah, Finish the Sentence. Very good, yeah.
But then the game doesn't relate to the name at all.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, right.
So it's basically a game of higher or lower, right?
Okay, yeah. Do we need the music again?
But I couldn't think of it. Yeah, I couldn't. I was trying to for a play your cards right pun. I was just like, plan your escape right. No, that doesn't work. It's not all about escaping.
I'll tell you what the beer ChatGPT suggested I get for this film.
Yeah.
Black sheep rigwelter.
Why?
Because rigwelter is an Old Norse term for upturned sheep.
Right.
Much like the upturned plans of a prison break.
AI did not say that.
It did.
That's mental.
ChatGPT. Bag of shite, mate.
I mean, that is weird. Like, it's like...
completely...
like,
what? Yeah.
It's like they Googled beer and found that was the first one. They went, okay.
Yeah. How can I lie to make this fit?
Yeah.
I mean, it's worse than me.
Did you look up what Rig Welter meant? Just to check.
Oh, I took that bit that it might have been telling the truth about that because the second bit was
if they
such a
made that
massive leap
Yeah.
that if they'd made that, I would go, why did you make it harder on yourself?
Yeah.
Why didn't you make something up that was closer to the eventual point you wanted to make?
Oh, dear.
There we go.
Anyway, the game is, Carl.
Finish the sentence, yeah, but not that.
But it's not at all.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you a movie.
Mm-hmm.
All these movies have people who serve time in jail.
Oh, yeah.
You're familiar with all of them, I think.
Right, yeah.
And it's a simple game of high rise. So in Escape Plan, how long they're in the jail, not stated. Doesn't really say.
Not long, you get the impression.
Who could tell? Weeks rather than months, I would say.
Yeah.
Or years. But yeah, so not stated. But all these other ones have a fairly definitive, rough amount of time. So I'm going to give you a starting point, and then you just have to say for the next film whether it's higher or lower.
Right.
Okay. So the first movie that I've gone for is American History X. Familiar with the movie?
Yeah.
Good movie.
Yeah, it's a
Big
good
fan
movie.
of that one.
Yeah.
Ed Norton, he gets sent away for 3 years.
He gets buggered as well. You'll like that because you've been talking about buggery a lot with the Brutalist, haven't you? Yeah.
I've mentioned it twice.
Yeah. But at the first time of asking, and at the immediate next chance you got, because we've only 2 episodes in, so you're 2 for 2 so far. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if I mention buggery in the third episode in a row,
maybe this will be our new hot piss.
Maybe.
Yeah, this is how we get up the algorithm.
They'll look at it just like, you know what's trending?
Hot piss is out, buggery's in.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, American History X gets sent away for 3 years again. Now, this one I'm pretty sure you're familiar with. Cool Hand Luke. Yeah. So does he get sent away for more or less time, or higher or lower than 3 years?
Now he's a bit of a malcontent. So I would think his initial period is lower, but he does have a couple of the old prison break attempts.
And some of this might be down to how long they were sentenced for.
Let's go lower.
Lower is right. 2 years.
Yeah,
2 years.
makes sense.
Okay. Next one, Shawshank Redemption.
Great film, cool, Luke.
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh well, he's life, mate. Double life.
Double
life. Yeah, it's higher.
So higher. Do you want to have a guess at how many years he served before he got out? Because obviously he broke out.
It's like 22 years or something.
Oh, 19. Pretty
19.
close. Okay, so next we move into one of my personal favourites, Con Air. So Nick Cage character. How long does he get sent away for?
Yeah, so he's not that long because he's getting out, and that's the problem. He's missed
He gets out on
he's
probation.
missed his childhood. He gets out on probation, yeah, but it's lower than double life.
So yeah, lower.
Yeah.
8 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Serves 8 years before he gets on the plane.
Yeah.
Bronson. Are you familiar with Bronson?
Not seen it, but I know of its
familiar with it?
existence. Yeah, Tom Hardy. Yeah.
So we're going here for what he was originally sentenced, Bronson.
Well, he was a wrong of money. But maybe they didn't get him on that charge. Maybe it was lower, and then he stabbed a load of people in prison. And the way you said we're going on what he was originally sentenced for makes me think that's the case. But then you've done me like this before.
We talk about buggery, Ian.
He's 2.5 for 2. You've done me like this before. My original thing was higher, so let's go higher.
It's lower, 7 years. He originally got 7, but he served over 30.
Yeah.
That's how not to do prison, isn't it?
Yeah, well.
Come on, lad.
He's mad for it, isn't he? The old killing, Bronson.
Okay, and the last one of your favourites, The Rock.
Oh, yes.
So Sean Connery character, how long was he in the old jail?
Oh, yeah, it's longer than that. Yeah, indefinitely.
Yeah, do you know how long he spent?
Well, he missed the grunge period. You don't remember?
I don't actually remember.
Yeah. That's a grunge look. John Mason. Let's say, I don't know. Let's say it was 40 years.
Over 30 years without
Yeah,
trial.
30 years,
Just says, yeah, so higher. So well done. I think you got 4 out of 5.
Womack, you piece of shit.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. Well done.
Great film.
So there you go. That was that game of Finish the Sentence, which isn't actually related to the name, but it's a good title. I'll try and use another game for that title in the future. Okay, moving straight on to the plot. And I want to start off with Carl. Now, I'm not judging, okay? But when he's in prison at the start, right? For the initial kind of breakout thing, I'm pretty sure part of his master escape plan is to kill 2 prisoners. Is that okay? Seems like his employers would frown on that sort of stuff, murder in prison.
It's a little love tap. It's just a little
Shanked
scratch.
him in the heart.
In the heart?
It was in the upper chest area.
He's a pro. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, punctured lung at worst. He knows what he's doing. He's a pro. I mean, I'll admit, if it goes wrong, he is liable.
They are insured up to their eyeballs.
It's
I'm
a
not
legal
sure insurance
nightmare.
would cover it. You should imagine a contract. It's like, how many am I allowed to kill for this escape?
Yeah.
Only real bad uns. Okay, fine. Yeah, let's go on. But no, at the start, I thought the start was pretty fun. Actually, to be fair, good opening with the initial breakout, and obviously it's all a bit ridiculous. And
You've got to take in the right spirit.
but it's probably the least done part of the movie as well. In terms of it's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, fair enough, yeah. So I quite like that sort of thing, where they're doing something and then they do the whole like, this is how I did it thing.
Yeah.
It's quite fun.
It was pretty slick, that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Then he starts walking around an office and mumbling nonsense, but hey ho.
Yeah.
Other thing I noticed.
I mean, well, just on that though, because
Yeah.
this is a good point. I'm going to cover off both of your points that you just made there, because my first note on the plot is, if Stallone could talk, those scenes where he's describing how he gets out would be really slick and smart.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. And of course, as we get on and he starts whispering in the prison, him not being able to talk becomes a bigger issue. Yeah.
Speaking out the side of his mouth even more.
yeah.
So when he gets taken as part of the big setup bit to go off to the boat prison, gets the old jab in the neck. Now, is this a movie trope thing, or is this really a thing? I feel like we need to get a real doctor on the thing to see if like injection in the neck is like.
Is
the
it
way,
that
it seems
instant?
risky.
Yeah, it does seem as
I don't know. Surely you're near a lot of like nerves and things that if it goes wrong, that's going to.
Also, they're going for the big vein, aren't they? What if they miss that? Does that work still? I don't
Exactly, yeah. I'll miss the jugular, but it's into some muscular stuff around there.
Yeah.
Or,
You've just got a tickly
Trachea.
cough now. Yeah.
So yeah, always wondered that, and that just reminded me of it. Just go for the big R, just stab him in the arse again. Not talking about buggery this time.
I would think there's a bit more of a sort of it's not incubation. What's the term?
I don't know. Like time to get to the systemic thing. Yeah. I guess that's true.
Time to get to the systemic
that
thing.
wasn't language. Sorry, that was just words. That was a word salad.
Loud noises.
Yes. Thing. Yeah. That. I'm scientist. Me science. Me do science for
just
living.
as well you don't work in the industry, isn't it?
The Arnie intro is fun as well. Quite like. Obviously, it's kind of reveals the Arnie.
Shoots him. Yeah.
Ruined again at some point. They've given the Stallone character a name which Arnie would struggle to say.
What, Ray Breslin?
No. His
Porteous.
Porteous.
Yeah,
Porteous. So it was a bit mean. Could have called him Dave.
What, you wish the Fourth Musketeer was called something else, do you?
Dave.
Yeah. He's David the Fourth Musketeer. No, that's the fifth, isn't it? You don't watch that cartoon?
No.
You didn't watch what's the character's name? The Fifth Musketeer.
I didn't. Muskehound, so I'll watch that.
No.
I'm gone then.
Is it Albert?
I don't know, mate.
Albert the Fifth Musketeer.
Sure. I mean, I still haven't seen it, but you can keep singing it.
His name is Albert.
Are you expecting me to go, oh, yeah, that now? I mean,
Yeah. There'll be people at home going, oh, I haven't seen that for time.
Yeah.
It is Albert the Fifth Musketeer. Good. Anyway, yeah, so, but he wasn't that, was he? Porteous was the Fourth Musketeer. Yeah.
These are somewhat random notes that I made as I was watching. Okay, so they might not bear any resemblance to the order of things or any coherency, but what else is new?
Any coherency? Is that right?
Is that a word?
I think it's just coherence.
Any coherence? Any coherencement? So the warden...
Hang on, it's me that's not eating today, right? We've got that right, haven't we? You've only had a beer. Look at that. You're just bloody tickling that one.
I have. You've stopped coming out my ear hole. There we go. The warden counts down from 10. I'm going to count from 10.
Yeah.
You got 10 seconds. And it takes about a minute. He's like 10, 9, and then a break for about 2 minutes. 8, 7.
Yeah.
And then he misses out. He misses out 2 numbers.
That is a trope, isn't it? When people, it's not just counting down, but it's when anything's timed.
Yeah.
In movies, it's usually, 3, 4, 5 times a length. If you type coherency into Google, it says, did you mean coherence?
Yeah, okay, whatever. Whatever. I quite enjoyed the coming up with nicknames for the guards.
Yeah, that was fun. Again, would be brilliant if Stallone could speak. But yeah.
And I don't know if this is down to that, but I had the volume up a lot louder than I usually do.
I had to employ the Doom tactics, as I've taken to call them.
Oh, no, the
headphones on, the audio boosted, the dialogue boosted, and the volume right up. Yeah.
It was a good 3 or 4 higher than what I normally would have.
Yeah.
And I didn't get deafened by the action thing, which is good.
Yeah.
The MacGyvering the shit out of the star mapper thing. Now I know there's probably a name for that thing.
Sextant.
If you like.
Yeah.
We were doing a podcast though, so
the Johnny Sextant.
All right.
No way, Johnny doesn't make it any better.
Safe.
Yeah. Safe Sextant.
So that was ridiculous.
Yeah. Good though.
But I did like the.
Well, that was much more in line.
How to get up there and stuff I thought that was good use of.
Yeah, but the whole bit was more in line with that first bit where it is a bit slick, sort of competency porn,
yes,
right? Where they're cobbling together stuff and they're coming up with solutions.
And getting all the different bits was fun. Like, I need some glasses. It reminded me a bit of. There's a bit in Guardians of the Galaxy where they do that. And they go, oh, and I need that guy's fake leg. And then he comes back with the leg, goes, I don't need this at all. That was fun, though.
Is that the Taika Waititi one?
No, it's James Gunn does that one. But yeah, good fun. You got anything you want to call out? Because otherwise I'm just listing things I didn't find shit.
What do you think about the reveal?
Which one?
Where they are on a ship.
Oh, the reveal of being on a ship.
Because I did not get that first time round.
You didn't get that? What do you mean?
Like, I would have never have guessed they were on a ship.
Oh, right. No, I don't think it was...
But when you watch it back the second time, you're like, it's kind of obvious.
Boaty looking, isn't it?
Yeah, and the fact that he's thrown a dead body out of a helicopter suggests that they were probably over the sea as well in the lead up to getting to the ship.
Someone's just doing their washing and it's like, what the fuck?
So it's kind of obvious, but you've got to give it kudos for that in going, yes, but I didn't spot it the first time.
No, I don't think I did.
And I really like that because the reveal comes at the end of the section you're talking about, the getting out of the hotbox.
Yes, yeah, but
and then he gets to the top. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
So I really like that, and for me, besides the, oh my god, this is Arnie's first film in 10 years, and he's finally opposite Stallone. Besides all that sort of excitement and the nostalgia that brings, because it's a bit of a throwback in terms of action films, that sort of underpins what I do like about this because it is a bit different. It's like, oh, okay, didn't see that coming, sort of thing. And you go, well, that's a bit different. How are they going to get out of this then? Because, a Prison Break movie, they've been done.
Yeah. You're in a prison. There's only so many of them.
Yeah. And indeed, this one opens up by going, I escaped from those like you wouldn't fucking believe, mate. Easy. So how do you then take that on? And I think it's quite a novel approach that they've gone for, which is, fair
Big
enough.
Boat.
Yeah. So I think that's quite cool.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
And then on top of that, there is another little thread running through, which is the conspiracy, right? And there's a couple of conspiracies. There is the one as to why Ray's in there, because his boss has fucked him over, because he's going to make money and all the rest of it. And we've already talked about how some of these aren't as well fleshed out as they should have been.
Because it's quite a weak one, isn't it?
Because there's, they just think, well, we'll just do a shitty line instead of fleshed out, and that's a shame. But nevertheless, you're pretty comfortable with the idea. Oh, he's been fucked over. I can get to grips with that. That's happening. Then you have the other one of Rothmeyer's protecting this Mannheim, who's he, and then obviously it turns out to be, that he is Mannheim and all those. Could do without the daughter. Don't know why that was a thing.
Well, and it's not like I didn't understand, but it wasn't very coherent, that whole thing of exactly what Mannheim was.
Yeah,
and
I'd agree with you a bit there, but I still enjoyed.
It doesn't matter. Much.
It doesn't matter so much, but you still get the end scene where you go, so he's him then, right? Okay.
So you say do without the daughter.
Just literally that it's his daughter.
Oh right, so it could just been a woman.
Detail.
Could just been a woman who.
Yeah,
fine. Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah, obviously they needed someone to put him, in there. Yeah,
I'm gonna go to a prison. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a bit unnecessary and doesn't actually change anything.
No, it's just weird. Yeah. It's just weird. But no, so like I would say
he does say daughter quite nicely though, Schwarzenegger.
Daughter? How does he say daughter?
I don't know, but it's just the way.
Daughter.
Yes, she's my daughter. Yeah.
And she's also my daughter.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good. Yeah.
No, so I would say the plot is a strong point of this film, and again, this is all through the lens of a boo movie fun throwback. I would say it's a strong point. The production is sort of good in terms of some of the practical stuff, less good in terms of some of the screenplay / all that jazz. And as we know, the cast is a bit hit and miss. But
what you're saying there as well is like, because you got like it's a B movie, it's a B movie, and it's a B movie script, right? But then they've got maybe a bit more budget, so then that's where they've been able to go. Oh, we can get a bit explodey here.
Yeah, we'll make
we
this.
Can do this. We can stretch these dollars a bit further.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. But I mean, we're on plot. I liked it. Conspiracy, bit of competency porn, slick-ish in places. You've got the stars. Good stuff, the plot for me.
So the majority of the plot on the boat is walking, looking around, whispering, start a fight.
Yes, many fights.
Repeat.
Yeah.
it does that about 8 times. It's just like, punch him. Okay,
I need another favour. Oh, for fuck's sake, what this time?
So yeah, I'd like to think that when they were filming it, they just go, okay, just spend half an hour walking around and looking at things, and we'll stitch this together, and this will be laid out.
Yeah, maybe.
Or I don't know. The bit I found quite funny, just how they shot it, was when the doctor character he gets taught the slide goes like, just remember your oath, and then they actually show him like looking up the Hippocratic Oath, and I'm just like, he probably knows it.
Yeah, he probably remembers. Yeah.
And it's just like the camera just showing the Hippocratic Oath.
That's another lazy screenplay thing.
Yeah,
we're not gonna bother to construct his sort of reticence at what he's doing. We're just going to put a really lazy thing.
And it was a quick like turnaround from like, I'm basically here doing what I get paid for, yada yada yada, and he's like, but the oath. Like, oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Come on then.
Well, I know what triggers him is to go, read my book. He doesn't even say read my book. He says
on page whatever.
He says read this book. It'll say this, and he comes back and goes, how did you know that? Imagine if he just turned around and gone,
I read it.
I read it before. It's like, all right, fuck off. Guards!
I turned to that one page and looked.
Yeah.
They don't even have to read the whole book.
I've remembered the entire page. Well, fucking bully for you. Like,
what you should have done is like, turn to the inside cover. My picture's there.
Yeah.
Another bit of movie-isms. The old red light means locked thing. Yeah, where it's just like, don't, oh no, we are stuck. And then it's like, red light goes off. You're like, yes, we're free. It's great. And I know that is a thing, but it's that particular type of red light that it just, particularly in these kind of action movies, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
The last little thing with the master escape plan off the boat. The escape plan does essentially boil down to shoot everyone.
Oh, yeah. You can get so far, but we are going to have to shoot people.
Yeah, basically we open the hatch, and then after that...
it's a free-for-all.
Kill everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Classic 80s, 90s trope. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Good bit of fun. You know anything else on the plot?
No, the plot is a strong point for me.
Cool. Oh, and then we move on to any changes. I forgot I had to look at Carl when he waves at me that we're recording.
I'll give you the secret sign.
He's in trouble. He needs help.
Team America. Team America secret signal for the benefit of people at home.
Oh yeah, good point. Not on video yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, any changes? A section where we each come up with up to 3 changes. How many changes do you have?
I've got 2.
All right, I've got 3. They're not very well fleshed out, so but I've kind of mentioned them already. So number 3, remove Vinnie Jones. Come up with a more interesting goon, head goon, maybe with some sort of facial disfigurement, just like the Bond guys. Come on, this is how it's done.
I like your idea of going. I didn't like Vinnie Jones. I wanted something more cliche. That's what I wanted.
I just wanted anything but Vinnie Jones.
Yeah, okay.
He's just a ridiculous human being to have in a movie nowadays. I say nowadays.
He's got a Leeds United tattoo. Do you know that?
Woo.
Doesn't support Leeds.
What?
But he spent like a year with us.
He didn't even play very much. I was going to say, he didn't even...
He spent a year with us, helped get us promoted, and then just had such a time, went out one night, pissed, and got a tattoo. He loves it. He absolutely loves it. Legend. Proud day for the lad.
I just want to quickly defend Vinnie Jones and all this attack that I've had him. I don't actually hate him that much. Just to be clear, I just think his time has passed, and he doesn't need to be in movies anymore.
Give me more Vinnie in the right films. Give me more Vinnie.
The Brutalist with Vinnie Jones.
What he said to Guy Pearce.
Yeah.
Do you fucking like that, do you?
You've ruined my fucking library.
Yeah, do you want some more? Right. My first change is recast Hush and the woman. And I've said the woman.
The woman.
Because that's how... Amy Green is her name.
Oh, the daughter.
Yeah. No, not that one.
Which woman?
In the team, we were talking earlier about how you've got Hush.
Yeah, Abby.
Yeah. Is it Abby? Yeah, Abby's the character. Amy Green is the actress.
No, Amy Ryan.
Amy Ryan, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recast those people. It doesn't need both of them. So I would combine them into one character. It really didn't need the potential love interest either.
Yeah,
with
that was
Ray Breslin.
Again, kind of.
Yeah, another thing that's
really
dropped there, but not followed through. I don't know if it's followed through in the second and third. I can't remember for the second.
I'm not going to find out.
Yeah, you need one character there because he just needs a sidekick on the ground for the opera. That's all he needs.
Maybe he was just laying the groundwork for 2 and 3. Maybe that's it. He saw this as
ambitious
an epic trilogy.
Yeah.
I say he. I mean, it's different people that wrote the first one and the second and third one, I think. So
So combine those characters, recast them. Yeah.
Okay, next one on the bad guy front again. I want Caviezel to be doing something a little bit better. He's kind of. I kind of see what he's going for, but I want Liv Schreiber.
Yeah, good.
Just a bit more sinister, but in a less ridiculous way.
My second change, and you've already touched on this, and I agree. You need to play up the Mannheim storyline just a little bit more. We need to know why he's such a big deal.
Yeah, he does fantasy things.
Because what's underplayed is how much Caviezel Hobbs wants to get to Mannheim and why. Yeah, exactly that.
What's in it for him?
So you just need to play up a little bit more because the twist is still there and all the rest of it. But you can make that land better by just playing that up a little bit.
And third change for me is give Stallone a little bit more, make him a little bit more fun in this. If we're going out for the balls out, ridiculous fun, thing, make him a little bit.
He's not really fun though, is he, Stallone?
I know, but he could do a little bit, or at least speak more clearly. I don't know, anything like that.
Well, I think that's a physical limitation, isn't it?
Come on now. I can understand him in some things.
Yeah.
Like
no, I mean, I don't disagree. I think for what they've gone for, tone-wise, the fact that he can't speak and he's so dour is a little bit of a problem. There you go.
Okay, this is why you're wrong. So a closing statement from each of us. Carl, would you like to go first or second?
I don't mind. Where do you want to go?
I'll go first. Why not? So I wrote this before. I think I'm largely... I don't think I've changed massively on what I'm going to say here. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to listen to what you say. I'm going to consider and then go from there.
Right.
But this is basically Prison Break, the movie, right? But with added Arnie.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say it like that, it sounds a lot more fun than maybe what I actually had with it. Am I taking it too seriously? Perhaps. But it's this kind of dumb shit isn't really usually my cup of tea. You know, see Predator, which is a much better example of this kind of thing. And when the script isn't of that certain quality to help compensate for it being quite, simple, dumb, whatever you want to say. Arnie does his best, but with little help from Stallone. You know, there's good aspects, there's some good fun bits. I just think overall, it could do better.
I don't disagree with you on the script. The script is shit. I mean, I think the rest of it sort of falls between that serviceable to actually quite good range, because I think we've got some decent looking production value, some decent set pieces. I think we've got an interesting twist on the Prison Break movie. We have got the stars. I agree that Arnie is doing more than Stallone is. The supporting cast, I mean, the supporting cast is similar. It varies from 50 Cent aside. It varies from serviceable to quite good. I think like Caviezel's got some decent moments. He's got some momentary over exit, but then you've got Sam Neill who's doing just what you want with his bits. I know you don't like Vinnie Jones, but as head goon, I can't think... Like, if you saw that on a casting call, Vinnie Jones' agent would be wetting themselves.
I just don't think Vinnie Jones is actually that intimidating and scary.
Oh, he's got... Head goon, this is perfect for you, Vinnie. You just need to go fucking swear and beat people up. It couldn't be more Vinnie Jones. No, but I think the main thing you do with this is you go, yes, it's a B movie. Yes, it's a bit silly, so I'll brush over its rougher edges. But then you also get to go, oh, but they've actually done something interesting with the plot. And so to that, I think, yeah, enjoyable watch. Liked it, glad it exists.
So, Carl, has your needle been moved?
No.
Has my needle been moved? That's the real question here, isn't it? No, so don't like... How much does it have to move to get to just the ambivalence?
This is where you insert extra points on the scale.
Depth.
You go, like, was I a soft don't like? Like,
yeah. I mean, I think I wasn't actually very pleased to have to rewatch it because I didn't watch it that long ago. You know what I mean? It's like, I hadn't seen it that long ago.
That was enough for me.
And I was like, I have to watch it again. It's just like I can't even. It's not like when you rewatch it, you go like, oh, I've got a lot more from it this time. Yeah. It's like it actually makes it worse because you actually know the twist of the boat, and kind of any of the surprises are kind of taken away. So it's when we get to rewatchability, we'll come back to that. Could I go to ambivalent?
Of course you could. Come on, you slag.
I think it might just push to ambivalent just because of what you say. With the slightly different twist on the Prison Break thing, it maybe does up it a little bit to more interesting than what it could have been if it didn't have that little wrinkle. And plus, it's quite fun to hate Vinnie Jones watching it.
Did he wrong Watford at some point? Is that what's going on here? I think
he might even be from near Watford. So a bit upset. I'm gonna have to Google him after, and I might have to. I'll take back all of this. So yeah, go on. Fuck it. Needles moved up a little notch.
You know it makes sense. Little notch. That's what she says. Hey?
Tell you what, Vinnie Jones, legend. Vinnie Jones, From my hometown, isn't he? Vinnie Jones, born and raised in Watford. What a lad. Should be in everything. Love that guy.
So he's from Watford.
Oh,
he's got a Leeds United tattoo.
Oh.
He could scarcely be more movie than Needle.
He's right on brand. Love him. It's like, really like. Done. Okay, let's move on to the data section. So, some ratings for you, Carl. IMDb 6.7. Quite high. Letterboxd.
It's a bit high.
2.9. More like it.
Yep.
Metascore 49. Oh, much more like it. So that's the critics, 49. Carl, what's your rating?
No, I've not rated this in the Letterboxd area, so this will be it first.
A fresh one.
Yeah, I think I'm going 2 stars here.
2?
I think this is a very solid B movie. It doesn't feel right to put it in sort of the middle of the scale, given how many films there are that are obviously better than this. But, you know, it's not terrible. So, 2 stars.
2 stars. A mediocre title. Has some redeeming features. Generally unexceptional and may not be worth your time.
Is this...
That's my rating, yeah.
So
my rating scale, yeah. So I'm at 1.5 for me.
Where are you getting that from?
That's the Empire scale that we've covered on the podcast.
Ah, okay.
Description of the things, which I was like, okay, I think this matches this is kind of what I'm now aiming.
That's almost fair.
for.
I almost agree with that because I would say, yeah, but I kind of like it for reasons.
Well, you can.
So I'm gonna watch it. Yeah. So it's not bad that. Yeah, don't mind it.
Yeah. So I'm going 1.5. So it's in between mediocre and terrible.
Terrible Sarge, though.
But well, that's one star is terrible. It's not 1 star. It's 1.5.
Okay, right. Okay, they're just doing 1.5. Right,
Yeah,
got you.
Yeah, they don't. No one does half stars in the magazine world. So people will have fun with this, right? If I know that person, if I know a person and they're into this sort of thing, I'll be like,
hello,
yeah, watch it, yeah, go nuts. You'll have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. You're fine. But yeah, that's where we are. Nominations, Carl. 1 nomination
for the Razzies. Yeah.
Worst actor for?
Oh, it's got to be Sly.
Yeah, for Stallone. Yeah. Definitely not going to be Vinnie Jones, or just missed out on an Oscar.
Oh yeah. He's been wrong, doesn't he? Yeah. Not getting the Oscar nod.
Underrated is what I've always said.
Yeah.
Rewatchability.
It's a meh.
I said it's a meh for me as well.
Yeah, because I do like it. I've only seen it. This will be the 3rd time, I think. And you definitely, a lot of the fun of this is coming from, those 2. And, that's not necessarily special to the film. And then also, this is a bit of a twist. This is a bit out of the ordinary plot-wise. And like you say, once you know the twist, it's a bit
it does take away a little bit.
I definitely enjoyed the twist again this time round, but then I haven't seen it in ages. So, yeah, it's a meh.
Yeah, meh, again, it's not great. If I had to rewatch it, like I could zone out of it, and you could laugh at some of the bits, and it's fine. But wouldn't make it. Twice is enough, to be honest. Best scene, Carl.
Is that what she said? Is that what we're going for there? Twice is enough.
Sure.
Yeah.
Best scene for me, Carl. I did enjoy watching the good guy shoot a load of seamen on the top deck.
Yeah, good. Yeah, like it. I liked Schwartzy going crazy.
Schwartzy?
Yeah.
Is that what we're calling him now?
That's what he says you can call him.
Right.
So he doesn't mind what you call him.
Right.
But
he
also volunteered. Yeah, he has a list.
I don't mind what you call me, but it has to be these.
Arnold.
Yeah, makes sense.
Schwartzy.
Schwartzy's weird, though.
Or something else, and I forget. But what's not in the list? Arnie.
Right. It's Arnold, Mr. Governor.
Oh, he might have said the Governator.
The Governator? No way.
He might have said the Governator. He might have said, like, you can call me anything. You can,
Schwartzy?
Yeah, Schwartzy.
I don't know. I've never heard Schwartzy before.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know if anyone has, but that's clearly it's on his wish list. So, yeah, so Schwartzy going crazy in the hot box, which also leads up to our reveal. And I do think, I mean, he's a better actor. I know he's got the really thick accent, and I know he started out doing dumb action hero roles.
Oh, we've talked about Arnie before.
I do think he's a better actor than Sly. And I think we see this here. Don't get me wrong, Sly's very serviceable, and he's pretty good in Rocky, the first one, First Blood, but there's such limited roles. Not that this is a broad role, but I do think he's just got a little bit more
He's
about
probably
him.
got more range, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Let's face it.
he's got a little bit more about him. I really enjoyed him going a bit crazy in the hot box, and I think it's a very good scene that then leads us to that reveal. A bit of the competency slickness of him getting out, and then you go up and, oh, wow, we're on a boat. Yeah, good stuff. Liked it.
Wow, we're on the boat.
Yeah.
That would have been great if that was a
Yeah,
quote.
imagine if you said,
quote.
yeah,
Oh.
coming down, did you get out? Wow, we're on a boat. It's like, yeah.
So my favourite part is probably the opening part, although I'm not really sure it counts as a scene.
No, I know what you mean, though. Yeah, it's
but-
good.
but
Good
that part is
sequence.
The other part that I want to call out is when they were doing the escape and he's messing about with the camera. So Stallone's messing about a camera and he just goes, say cheese. And then Arnie just does like a big gurning face.
Yeah.
The other guy does the finger. I was just like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah. That's your boy Bilal or whatever his name is, isn't it?
Bilal?
Or is it Bilal? Is it not Bilal? What's his name?
I mean, I don't know. I have to look up. I don't remember these things. His name is, of course, I mean, it's so ridiculous. Farhan Tahir.
Oh, Tahir.
Javid. Yeah.
Oh, Javid, yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, the character of the warden just makes up a name for him as well, so that might have confused you. We'll give you benefit of doubt.
Yeah, sure. I might have just done a racism. But
Let's move on quickly. Best quote, Carl. Oh, look, we're on a boat.
yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. I've gone for them when they lean into the sort of trope of the whole film the most, which is Stallone at the end when he's about to blow up the boat and he just goes boom, and then obviously we get the big explosion.
Yeah,
Would
that's
have been-
when they're properly on the action,
Yeah.
like 90s action thing.
Yeah, if you put that in a 90s action film,
Yeah.
people would be like, in America, not here, thank God. In America, people would be fucking roaring. They'd be stood up on their feet. They'd be applauding. Oh my God! Yeah,
See you like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Anything else you want to call out?
No, I mean,
there's
there's
list here.
yeah, Schwarzenegger. Maybe you're about to run through them all. Schwarzenegger's got some really fun
Yeah.
sort of like punch
Hit like a vegetarian.
Yeah,
We've already mentioned. I quite enjoyed where he's drawing a map, and he says, "I haven't got any talent." He just goes, "I told you, no talent." And it's just a picture of an arse.
Yeah.
Nice little line. And it just makes me laugh just thinking of this. Man, she could polish a helmet where he's just
When he does the action,
Just the
it's
action
like,
as well.
Go on, Schwartzy.
which is just so ridiculous. I love it.
Yeah, it was very funny.
But like the ending, the end line that he does, a proper Arnie line where he, have a lovely day, asshole.
Yeah.
Which at first I was just like, oh, they've just created a shit Arnie one-liner.
Yeah.
But then I noticed that it was actually a callback to a line that got taught to him, that got said to him, have a lovely day, that the warden said. I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
It's a nice little callback at least.
Yeah.
Favourite character, Carl?
I think I have to go with Sam fucking Neil, mate.
Sam fucking I'm going for Javid.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Bilal.
Bilal.
Where's that come from?
I don't know. Had a little bit about him. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Do you have a hybrid for this movie, Carl?
No, I did try, because you start with Escape from Alcatraz, right? That's where you start. And I'm like, am I going to pull another one together? I don't know.
Yeah, but then is it just a 90s action movie?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So, no, mine's completely separate.
See, mine is perfect, I reckon.
Go on.
Unfortunately, neither of them are movies.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's Prison Break crossed with Reacher, both TV series.
Okay.
And I think that is actually a perfect mix, because Reacher is actually bang on brand for this. Like, it's kind of silly, but
Yeah.
with like a little bit of complexity thrown in there that's like not real complexity, but it's just like an illusion of complexity, or like smarts, I guess. And then Prison Break, obviously, you're breaking out of the prison. So it's actually like a perfect thing, but I don't think we can do it because
We can't do it now.
TV series with the things. Have you got a hybrid for another movie that you want
I
to
have.
share?
So I've got, and I think this is,
He's happy with it.
well, I tell you
You can
what,
tell.
am I? This is where I say this and you go, yeah, you did that last week, mate.
Go on.
If you cross The Fugitive
Okay, we've not done this one. You're good.
with The Conversation,
The Fugitation.
you get Enemy of the State.
And you've got Gene Hackman in there. That helps.
You've got a fugitive.
Oh, we were saying
he's been
the
wronged.
conversation was essentially a
Surveillance, overreaching surveillance, yeah.
Yeah, or anyway, if the state was like a natural
Spiritual
progression,
successor.
Spiritual successor, yeah. Successor. And the fugitive, because he's on the run. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What
about you?
No, I didn't have another one.
No, you just got your
each
TV
with my
one.
TV one.
Okay.
So the fugitive and the conversation. Oh dear.
I really need to get these on a thing that we can put out on social media.
Yeah. I've also lost all my notes now. That's fine. I'll write it down later.
Good.
I don't know where that's gone. Cool. I don't know what's next, Carcass.
Classic. The classic.
All right, cool. Well, you say what your thing is, and I'll try and find what the.
Well, I've got some backups again because I've gone fairly basic here. What's your classic for this week? Is it a basic one?
No idea, Carl, because I can't see.
You've completely lost it, right? Okay. Well, that suggests it's not a really basic one, doesn't it? But all right, let me go with my most not obvious one, even though when you think about it,
I found it.
It really should be.
I found it.
I'm going to go with Schindler's List.
Right. You've kind of shit the bed here, haven't you? Because the classics collection doesn't come until after we've done the top three.
Oh, well, I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? It's our podcast. I can do what we like.
Okay, fine. So you went for what, sorry?
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List is a classic. I mean, I'm just thinking about the criteria. Okay, that's the only thing.
You're dead right. It's got to penetrate. We need some length. It's got to appeal to a lot of people. It's got to be broad. It's got to have some girth.
Yeah, I don't know if that might be where it's
It's got to hang around.
The broad appeal thing might be the bit that it's falling down on. I know it's Spielberg, right?
I think what will torpedo you there is the box office.
Oh yeah, did it do numbers?
Did it do numbers?
Yeah.
Yes, 22 million was the budget, and it was 300 million.
300.
Yeah.
Oof.
So, comfortable, not like crazy numbers. I mean, these days we see films do over $1 billion, don't we?
Yeah. I mean, if a Holocaust movie did over,
but like 1993, it's pretty damn good. And like you say, for a long Holocaust movie, that's really going.
How many times have you seen it?
Twice.
So I've only seen it once.
Yeah, twice.
Which is a little bit of my discomfort, obviously, because it's just like, well, obviously I rated it highly. It's obviously well made. It's obviously good.
It's very good. Yeah, I saw it once as a child. Let's say 14, something like that.
Penetrating
once
the
as an adult,
zeitgeist. Has it penetrated the thing? Is it?
Maybe 15, thinking about when it came out. No, I can't have seen it then. Yeah, I can have seen it. Yeah.
Sure.
Got my dates mixed up for a minute. That's all.
But we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Schindler's List. It's not. I don't know. It's not striking me as a complete automatic hit, but I'm not.
Oh, which criteria is it falling down for you? Yeah.
Well, I think it's still, even though it still made. No, I don't know. It did make the money, so it obviously has got.
No, but nobody's saying Schindler's List. That's aged badly.
No,
nobody's saying that, are they?
All right. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, we'll put Schindler's List on the list. Schindler's List on the list.
Yeah. What's yours?
We'll rename the classics collection Schindler's List.
Schindler's List? What?
No?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, well, let's not do that. All right, Schindler's List. Inducted. Oh, which reminds me, I've not updated any of these.
I know, yeah, because I went to do mine today. I thought, I can't remember what we did. I'll look at size, and he hasn't done it.
No, shit. I need to do that. Okay, so I've got a few options here. So I'm going to stick with theme. Not Shawshank. Not Schindler's, but prison movie. Shawshank Redemption.
That was my first choice. I'm glad I came with a backup. No doubt Shawshank's in.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally number one movie rated everywhere, right? So it's clearly penetrated. Yeah. It's referenced as well. You have all of that side of thing. It was successful. How successful was it at the time?
Immediately,
I've got a feeling it's not, right?
No, immediately not so much.
Didn't make all the money.
No, so
although they've probably done re-releases.
It's sort of been much more of a slow penetration. It's come through over time.
Sting.
And then, we're far enough out from it now that we can also say it's definitely had the stamina.
Yeah, definitely had the stamina, yeah.
And then the rating, the fact that it sits atop of that list shows that it's got girth. 1994, Shawshank.
Okay. And what year was Schindler's List?
93.
Okay, I like it. That kind of fits what we were saying. That's okay. So we've got Shawshank.
Your IMDb top 100, by the way. Shawshank number 1, we know about that. Godfather number 2.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight number 3. Number 4, Schindler's List.
All right. Yeah. Well, it's already in. It's fine.
No, I don't want to say that we could just rip the IMDb top 100 off.
I looked through. To be fair, I looked through the top 100 as part of like a inspiration for going. Yeah,
you can't.
There's not that many that are like proper locks.
Fight Club's number 11. Are we really going? That's a classic. Is it too recent? Is it too narrow of appeal? I don't know yet. I love it.
Fight Club's definitely on. Yeah, could be a potential.
It's on the cusp, but is it?
Because of, I mean, we're not doing it this week, but because of what's the first rule?
Penetration
of Fight Club.
Oh, we don't talk about. I think one of our classics. That was first rule of Fight Club. Bend over, boys. Come on.
Yes, and the second rule.
Yeah, penetration. Yeah.
Yes, so that has penetrated.
Number 10 on the list is Inception. Let's talk about Inception in 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
It's way too soon to be considering that a classic.
Longevity yet, for sure. Okay, cool. Well, that's the classics collection. Should we go back up to our regular programming and talk about our top 3? So we've gone for top 3 Vinnie Jones. I mean, 10 really you should be doing here. Top 10 Vinnie Jones, I reckon. Even that's not going to be enough. No, we're doing the top 3 Sylvester Stallone. I was going to say, but they can't be Rocky movies. And then I realised, 2 of mine need to be Rocky movies. So there we go. Any ones you want to talk about, Carl, that didn't make your top 3?
Yeah. So, Lock Up. Have you seen Lock Up?
No. It's another prison escape thing.
It is another prison. Well, it's another prison film. It's got your boy Sonny Landham in. Landon. Billy out of Predator.
Oh right, yeah, that guy. Oh yeah, I like him. Yeah. In that one film.
Oh, you'll like him in this as well. Maybe. Yeah, that's a good film. Death Race 2000. The first Expendables, very fun. The subsequent ones, not so much. Rambo 2. It's good. Rocky 4. Ivan Drago. That's fun. There are my honourable mentions.
Yeah, so I've got a few honourables. So I'm going to miss that one because I think it may make your list, but if not, I'll come back to it. Cliffhanger is on my honourable mention. Watched that when I was way too young to be watching anything.
I think I'm the same. I've seen that as a kid, but couldn't tell you what I think of it.
Exactly, couldn't tell you. Creed. So still on the Rocky theme, but
not seen it.
It's good. I enjoyed it. Rocky Balboa again.
Not seen it.
Considering what it is, it's very good for what it is. He also makes a nice appearance in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And then Grudge Match. I want to call out Grudge Match. A movie I completely forgotten existed. Where it's basically this, but in a boxing ring with Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
I can't remember it much, but I seem to remember thinking it was a lot more fun than this. It's got a very weird poster. If you look at the poster, it's a proper head transplant-y weirdness going on there. Don't like it. But yeah, I thought I'd shout that out. Gaps. Tango and Cash. Never seen Tango and Cash. Feel like I probably should have.
Yeah.
Stop on My Mum Will Shoot. Not seen that.
I have seen that, but only as a kid again.
Yeah. That's got a very low rating, but it'd be almost worth seeing because it must be so bad that it might actually be fun.
Arnie tells a story about how he tricked Stallone into doing that film.
Yeah.
Because they were going head to head at the box office at the time. And these contracts, these films would go out and who's going to get cast in them. And that was one he was like, I think, I could have got this wrong, but it's something along the lines of, I really wanted to do that one. Or he really wanted to do a film like that. But he couldn't. And he was telling Sly, no, I really wish I could do it. So then Sly was like, yeah, well, I'll do it then. I'll do it. And then Arnie tells a story, and you never know whether he's just saying this after the fact. Arnie tells a story, it's like, I was never going anywhere near that film. So,
And then the last gap, and I don't know if this is likely to appear on your top 3 or not, if you've seen it, but Copland.
I have seen it, but again, as like a 15, 16-year-old, I just don't remember.
No, because that's well regarded.
Yeah.
And I think it's come up on previous lists that we've been doing again as a kind of a gap. Okay, anyway, top 3, Carl. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Demolition Man.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah, Demolition Man. Yeah, I watched that a lot as a kid. Very much stuck in my head.
Yeah, very
Sandra
90s.
Bullock. What's his face? Snipes.
Wesley Snipes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. Very 90s. Yeah, very 90s. But set in the future.
Yes.
What a future.
The 90s future.
Number 2?
Rocky.
And mine is also Rocky for number 2.
Oh.
No, number 1 definitely isn't the same because you've already mentioned my number 1.
Okay.
But yeah, Rocky.
Oh, that means you've got a glaring omission.
Oh, really? Interesting. Ooh. Oh, no. Yeah, this is the one I talked about. Yeah, okay. So, no, I haven't omitted it, but I will talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so Rocky, rewatched that not so long ago with the boy. A lot less fighting in Rocky than you remember. There is very little at all. It's very much a character piece. But very impressive achievement for...
So Rocky follows the same form, and its subsequent films follows the same formula as what happened with my number 1. My number 1's First Blood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I thought it would be, hence why I didn't pick this up. But this is one that it was the just missed out because I need to rewatch it. I've not seen it in
If you watch Rocky and you watch First Blood, they're serious films. Rocky a bit less so because Rocky still has a slightly more fantastical plot, and it still does have those fight scenes in which are obviously overblown and silly. The sequels for both of those franchises lean so much into the ridiculousness because they've gone, we made a serious film, but actually people loved the bloody shoot 'em up element, or they loved the punch in the head. So let's do that again and again and again, and that's fair enough. You know, you're making a franchise, but they're very different tonally. And First Blood especially. First Blood's a very good movie.
Yeah. So again, I suspected this would make your top 3. As I say, it's one I just need to rewatch because I couldn't tell you what I actually thought of it. I suspect I will enjoy it. But my number 1 was one you pointed out in your mentions. It's a lot of fun. Ivan Drago.
Rocky 4.
Rocky 4.
Yeah.
I've watched that film so many times. It is just so much fun.
He's like, be smile.
If it dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. We've done the classics collection. So, Carl, have you got anything else?
Nope.
Okay, well then that is all we've got. So if we moved the needle for you, or even if we didn't, please do rate us, follow, and subscribe. Give us a 5-star review wherever you are listening. It really does fool the algorithm and get us out there to a larger, more incarcerated audience. Our Blue Sky, Instagram, and Twitter is MTN MoviePod. Our YouTube channel is at Movie the Needle. And you can also find our page on Facebook and some occasional TikToks at movie.the.needle. All details are in the show description, so please do follow, comment wherever you are. So for me and Carl, it's a goodbye.
Goodbye.
Have a lovely day, assholes.